Imagine a world cloaked in darkness, where life is a relentless struggle against disease, famine, and the rigid dictates of an unbending church. For centuries, Europe was trapped in the suffocating grip of the Middle Ages, a time when war. So sit back, grab your metaphorical quill, and join me on a journey through time as we unravel the mysteries of the Renaissance. Derived from the French word renaître, meaning to be born again, the Renaissance symbolized a rebirth, a revival of classical learning and culture that had lain dormant during the Middle Ages. This rebirth wasn't merely a revival of the past. It was a revolutionary shift in perspective that laid the foundation for the modern world. During this era, wealthy individuals and families, including the Medici in Florence and the Borgias in Rome, became patrons of the arts and sciences. They provided financial support to artists, scientists, and scholars, enabling them to pursue their work without the constraints of religious or political censorship. This patronage system allowed for the flourishing of creative expression and the exploration of new ideas. Free from the fear of persecution that had stifled intellectual inquiry during the Middle Ages, Leonardo da Vinci, the quintessential Renaissance polymath, made significant contributions to science, engineering, and invention. Notebooks contain drawings and descriptions of flying machines, tanks, submarines, and other inventions that were centuries ahead of their time. And scientific inquiry was a transformative period that propelled Europe out of the shadows of the Middle Ages. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. Celebrated the rediscovery of classical knowledge, the power of individual thought, and the limitless potential of the human spirit. From the artistic brilliance of Michelangelo to the scientific breakthroughs of Galileo, the Renaissance gave birth to some of history's greatest minds and creations. While it wasn't a monolithic movement and had its limitations, the Renaissance left an enduring legacy that continues to shape our world today. Its emphasis on human potential, its celebration of classical learning, and its pioneering spirit of scientific inquiry laid the foundation for the modern world. As we reflect on the remarkable achievements of this era, let us be inspired by the timeless wisdom and boundless curiosity of the Renaissance thinkers and creators who dared to dream big, question everything, and unlock the secrets of the universe. Similarly, Johannes Gutenberg's invention of the printing press in the mid-15th century had a profound impact on the spread of knowledge and ideas during the Renaissance. The printing press enabled the mass production of books, making knowledge more accessible to a wider audience and contributing to the increased literacy rates and the dissemination of new ideas that fueled the Renaissance. And pestilence were constant companions, and the shadow of religious dogma loomed over every aspect of life. It emerged and flourished in different regions of Europe at different times. Italy, particularly the city-states of Florence, Venice, and Rome, is widely regarded as the birthplace of the Renaissance. The Italian Renaissance, which began in the 14th century, was marked by significant advancements in art, architecture, and literature. Later, the Renaissance spread to other parts of Europe, including France, Germany, and England, each adding its unique flavor to this broader cultural movement. Furthermore, while the Renaissance celebrated human potential and achievement, it's important to note that this era wasn't without its limitations. The humanist focus on classical antiquity sometimes came at the expense of later medieval developments. Moreover, the patronage system, while instrumental in the flourishing of the arts, meant that artistic and scientific pursuits often reflected the interests and values of the wealthy elite. Nonetheless, the Renaissance represented a monumental shift in European history, laying the groundwork for the age of exploration, the scientific revolution, and the Enlightenment. Renaissance art is celebrated for its realism, depth, and ability to capture the beauty and complexity of the human form. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael produced masterpieces that not only pushed the boundaries of technical skill, but also reflected the humanist ideals of the era. Da Vinci's Mona Lisa and The Last Supper showcased his innovative techniques and his ability to depict human emotions and psychology with astonishing accuracy. Michelangelo's David in the creation of Adam on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel displayed his genius in portraying the human body with anatomical precision and expressive power. Raphael's frescoes in the Vatican Palace, including the School of Athens, celebrated the classical world and the pursuit of knowledge. These artists and many others revolutionized the art world and set new standards of excellence that continue to inspire awe and admiration today. As European scholars delved into these long-neglected works, they were exposed to ideas that had been suppressed or distorted during the medieval period. Inspired by classical knowledge and driven by a spirit of inquiry, scientists and inventors made groundbreaking discoveries that shattered long-held beliefs and expanded the frontiers of human understanding. Nicolaus Copernicus, a Polish astronomer, challenged the prevailing geocentric view of the universe, proposing that the Earth and other planets revolved around the Sun. This heliocentric theory, outlined in his book De Revolutionibus Orbium Coelestium, overturned centuries of astronomical dogma and laid the foundation for modern astronomy. Galileo Galilei, an Italian astronomer and physicist, made significant advances in the study of the cosmos. Using his improved telescope, he observed the phases of Venus, providing evidence to support Copernicus's heliocentric theory. Galileo also made crucial observations of the moons of Jupiter, craters and mountains on the moon, and the rings of Saturn, challenging the long-held belief that celestial bodies were perfect and unchanging. His advocacy for scientific method and his willingness to challenge established ideas made him a pivotal figure in the scientific revolution that characterized the Renaissance. The writings of philosophers like Plato and Aristotle, along with the works of Roman authors such as Cicero and Caesar, offered new perspectives on subjects, ranging from science and philosophy to literature and art. This renewed interest in classical antiquity sparked a broader intellectual movement known as humanism, which emphasized the value and potential of human beings. Humanists celebrated the achievements of classical civilizations and studied ancient languages, literature, and history, seeking to emulate the ideals of the ancient Greeks and Romans. This fascination with classical antiquity wasn't just an academic exercise. It represented a departure from the medieval focus on religion and the afterlife. Instead, humanism placed greater emphasis on earthly concerns and the potential of humanity to understand and shape its own destiny. But then, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Europe emerged from the 14th century into an era of unparalleled transformation. This astonishing period, which spanned from the 14th to the 17th centuries, would come to be known as the Renaissance. In this episode, we're going to explore what the word Renaissance means, delve into the reasons behind its occurrence, and examine how it profoundly changed the course of history. The term Renaissance itself encapsulates the essence of this transformative era. Several factors converged to bring about this extraordinary transformation. One significant catalyst was the rediscovery of ancient Greek and Roman texts. Another crucial factor that fueled the Renaissance was the patronage system. As the Renaissance unfolded, it would leave an indelible mark on various aspects of European life. And none more profoundly than art. Science and innovation also experienced a remarkable surge during the Renaissance. The spirit of inquiry and innovation extended to various other fields. However, it's essential to acknowledge that the Renaissance wasn't a uniform or all-encompassing movement. In conclusion, the Renaissance, with its emphasis on humanism, classical learning. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about similar topics, feel free to check out other videos.